Full disclaimer, I'm recording this just after this match, so I am a little salty as to what happened in this match, and this wasn't supposed to be the video that I was making today. I was supposed to make How to Grind Fast 2.0, an updated video to my How to Grind Fast video that I put out in November with some more tips that I got from the comment section that would really help. But that video is coming tomorrow. Today, you're getting this video because this video is just, well, this match is everything that I just hate currently about Tier 10. And this just exemplifies it so well. Okay, so we're on trap. We're going to see. We've got a Shima, another DD, a Kremlin, and I think a Minotaur or some other cruiser with it. So a good group that's going to see on this map. And C is a pretty hot spot on this map. Normally, either if you hold it or if you take it, that determines how the rest of the match goes. And I am, of course, in my Kerr first. And I have a full secondary build on the ship. The one that I always have, I have Lucians on there, too. This is a CV game. We have an Indomitable. Any team has a Saipan, so they have the edge there. Indomitable, oh wait, it's a Salem going with us. Indomitable, not that great of a Tier 8 carrier. And Saipan, a pretty nice Tier 8 carrier. So, anyway. Shimakaze is going to see. We've got our other DD who's going around, and Salem backing us up as well. So we have 5 ships at sea. Pretty good group, just under half of the team at sea. Alright, there's a Monarch who's just sailing straight on in. There's a Smolensk, and then there is I missed what that other DD was. I think it's not a Harugamo. I think it's a Gearing. So anyway, Monarch 19 kilometers out at about max range for the Kerr first. Open up on him with a full broadside. Get a 10,000 damage salvo off on him. Smolensk, 19 kilometers away. 19 kilometers away. He's opening up on me. This is a 19 kilometer Smolensk. And yes, they can get out to this far. You normally don't see them that can that push their range out to this far, but they can. You can get the Smolensk out to around 19 kilometers. So immediately, I have no other option but to go undetected and hide next to an island. Because at that range, especially with the Kerr first, I have a very slim chance of retaliating with any meaningful impact on him. So before I go undetected, I go behind the island fully. I give a full broadside to the Kerr first, who's showing me broadside as well. Okay, Kremlin, 108,000 damage. He's at full health right now. He's still roughly about, I think we're about 16, 17 kilometers away from this. Yeah, I think I'm about 16 kilometers away from the Smolensk. The Kremlin's about 17 kilometers away from him as well. And look at this. He is just draining this Kremlin's health. This is a Kremlin. Russian bias, alright? I do think, to be fair, he did take a hit from, I think, the Monarch or the Kerr first. It chunked him pretty good. But still, this is just disgusting to watch. That Smolensk is on the other side of that island. He's not even hugging that island. And he's probably a kilometer or two off of that island, just throwing this much HE our way. And again, we have a good supported team over here. Monarch's pushing in to see Shimakaze and Fletcher in the cap. I want to get in there and support them. This is what I love to see. This is a good team. But I can't, because if I poke my head out, I'm going to lose half my health in a matter of seconds. I mean, not like 2 seconds, but like over a course of maybe a minute, I'll lose half my health because the Smolensk. Kremlin's down to about half health now, and he's burning. Looks like it's like 2 fires on him. And there, Smolensk 14 kilometers away, and Kremlin, I think, is like 2 kilometers away from me. So about 70 kilometers away, Kremlin's just being melted by the Smolensk. So yeah, that's happening. So now I've decided, okay, I can't sit behind her anymore. Let those destroyers sit out in the open like that without any support. I need to get in there. And I do that. So there's also a Hindenburg going around far north. Their GK is also hiding behind an island as well right now. Torpedoes that fortunately I was in a good place for those, or that would have been just the icing on the cake. And a ricochet and 2 pins on the Smolensk. Only did 6,000 damage to him. Go figure, Smolensk, it's so fragile. You can delete it up. I just got a ricochet on it. with the bigger guns on the curve first. I do run the 420mm guns and not the 406s. So Hindenburg showing me his broadside here. I'm like, okay, this is a pretty good setup. I take a shot at him, and now I'm just eating HE from the Smolensk at this point, and HE from the Hindenburg. My gunners are a little drunk there. Hindenburg is still shooting HE at me. If he shot AP, well, which AP would have bounced anyway. So anyway, he gets in secondary rank to let him have a couple of rounds with the secondary guns. And now what I'm trying to do is that Hindenburg's going behind the island. He's probably dedicated himself to going all the way behind that island. So I was slowing down in anticipation of his torpedoes, but now I've gunned it because that Smolensk, I need to get as close to that island as I can. Oh, and high curve first. As close to that island as I can to where that Smolensk cannot get any shells on me. So Kerr first just took, I think, two or three torpedoes. Well, actually, I think it's more like 4 or 5. But he took another one there at the end. Secondaries are on him now. Here's some more left from the Smolensk. Shimakaze let his torpedoes go a little bit too early there, but he still did freaking drain that GK of his health. And oh yeah, the Shimakaze is just getting annihilated by the Smolensk as well. And look at his shells. His shells are just like scraping the top of that island as they're flying over. So Smolensk just took out our Shimakaze. Kerr first, I just took him out. Smolensk in one salvo started 3 fires on me. What did I do wrong? It's RNG. But thankfully I did put that out immediately with damage con, so that saved me probably all my health there. Alright, Smolensk, he's 8 kilometers away now. Target him with my secondary. She's popping a smoke screen now as well. Watch that Hindenburg. Looks like he's kind of out of the match at A10, and he'll probably get taken care of by the Salem. So what's also happening now is the enemy carriers dropped a plane to spot our friendly destroyer at B, and it's just circling around, spotting me on and off. That, or he's also just flying around somewhere in my detection range where I can't see him. So I'm stuck being spotted, and the Smolensk can still get shells off of me for that reason. So I'm being perma-spotted, and he can still get shells on me. But thankfully right now he's focused much more on the Kremlin. So now we have the Smolensk over here by ourselves, and I communicate to the Kremlin, hey, look, let's take this guy out. He's annoying me. He's burned away half of your health already. Let's finish him off. So Saipan decides he wants to give me some attention. I'll pop my fighter. And unfortunately, I'm not close enough to the Kremlin to where his god A can take over. So I come out from hiding. I had about 70,000 health, but the Saipan got 4 bombs on me, which did 10,000 damage, so that chunked me pretty good. And now the Smolensk smoke screen is still up, but naturally because of the way the game works now, it's not the way the game works. The way smoke screens work, when I fire my guns, he can see me, but I can't see him. And plus the Hindenburg is behind me, spotting me as well. So 8 kilometers away, and my gunners are completely drunk, and I get a bounce off of the Smolensk with the 420mm guns on the ship that's supposed to be so weakly armored that you can sneeze on it and delete it. Saipan coming after me again with his rocket planes this time, but not the dive bombers. And I got one fire started by Smolensk. There goes another fire started by the Saipan. My heal's coming off cooldown in 13 seconds. I'm trying to angle to where my sectors can get all of their guns on target on the Smolensk, and my gunners are drunk again from 8 kilometers away. And I get one overpin on the Smolensk. Pop my heal. Luchin's secondary armament talent activates, so now I have a boost to my secondary gun. Smolensk is getting 1,000 to 2,000 damage salvos off on me, so I try to angle in, but unfortunately I can't angle in fast enough. Now I did start a fire on the Smolensk. It is burning. Oh, and I did throw my headset and mouse at this point, and the frickin' irony. I burned out the Smolensk with the secondaries and the Kerr first. So, a frustrating match, but a somewhat happy ending. I got the Smolensk, it just cost me my frickin' ship. Oh my god. So, yeah. This happened. I know people say I complain about this, and I do. I know I do a lot. But listen, when you're facing this crap every freaking game, and you're under this type of constant HE shell fire the second you're spotted every freaking game, it gets old really fast. And, I mean, there were some times that I felt like I really got gypped by RNG while this guy was getting all the freaking love from RNG. He got 3 fires started on me in one salvo. From one salvo! One salvo. When I was nose into him, he started 3 fires on me. And my shells just wouldn't cooperate. And this is after the Germans got buffs to their dispersion. From 8 kilometers away, I was missing him with a full broadside. Like, where's the sense in that? On a tier 10 battleship. 10 kilometers in on any tier 10 battleship should just be a death zone for anything. It's what rewards you pushing up. But I did get him, thankfully, after the end. Unfortunately, we did not win the game. It was actually... Turns out it was actually a pretty good game. But I wasn't having fun. I was just busy. Just freaking pissed at the world. And the after action report, I had 130,000 damage done to me by HE shells and from fires. And most of it, I'm willing to bet probably about 80 to 90% of it was from that Smolensk. I know the carrier did start a fire on me. The Hindenburg started one. So most of that damage was from that Smolensk. And I mean, just something needs to be done about this ship. I don't think it should be able to get its gun range out to like 19 kilometers like it had it. That's a bit ridiculous in my opinion, because again, with the Soviet shells, it can do it, and it can manage it just fine, because unlike the American shells, they aren't really floaty, and it's just ridiculous. And Kremlin's getting nerfed. I don't know why they haven't touched the Smolensk yet. I wish they would, because it's just aggravating. It pisses me off to no end to just have this happen to me game after game after game after game after game at tier 10. It's not fun to play against. It's aggravating. It's annoying. Okay, I'm gonna stop. My rant's over, because I know people are gonna complain. I'm complaining too much, but I'm sorry. I'm recording this just after it happened, and it's still fresh in my mind. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I know people are gonna say I complain, because I do, but it's just I literally just played 5 games where I had very similar situations happen to me in the Kremlin, in the Kurfürst, and the Montana. Just trying to record B-roll for what will be tomorrow's video, which I can't use any of it because they were all crappy games like this. But anyway, guys, just want to share this with you and vent a little bit of my frustration about a certain tier 10 cruiser. But anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. Thank everyone for subscribing. We're actually under 300 subs from 800 now, and I cannot thank you guys. 800 from 8,000 now, and I cannot thank you guys enough for that. And I hope to catch you guys in the next one.